I'm Mia, and this video may turn into lost footage. I should have done this like 3 hours ago, but I got sucked into watching a TV show, so it is currently 6:18, and we know that I can kind of dilly-dally when I need to put my lashes on, so I might just give up then, honestly. But I also want to get a little more ahead because I only have the 2 days off. But I do plan on doing like a lily themed color story, because I saw Vivian Mary Wong, some person, I just literally popped up on my Instagram, and it was like, you know, the little pinks and the greens, and I'm like, oh, like I could do that. No one's stopping me. So pinks, greens, a little bit of white, maybe some brown. But yeah, let's get into it, and let's speed this along as well. But I'm honestly kind of gonna do the same shape and theme as I did for my last eye look. So this is from Blend Bunny. This is the May Pang Rodden palette, and it basically has every color I need. These two, these, maybe a little bit of those. So this is everything I need. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with the shade Velvet, which is like this little olive kind of mossy green. You're gonna do a little right here, and make sure to bring this under. She's gonna make it a little more, not winged out, but a little more flared than my last one. And then I'm gonna go in with a bigger fluffy brush for the other green, so it will blend out. But no, it is Thursday, April 9th. I know. I know I said it. My coworker had been like, hey, I don't know why the manager put me on for Sundays. I don't do Sundays. Can you please take my shift? I'll take your Thursday. 4 days is too much. I'm like, it's not. And realistically, I should have padded my paycheck with that day. But I was like, oh, I'm like, 4 days off in a row, you say? Especially after I have a feeling I'm working on 420 now, because my manager rejected my time off. My unpaid time off request for days that I usually have off anyways. So I have a feeling she's gonna make me work that day. So I'm like, not so fun. Not so fresh. So I hate that for me, not gonna lie. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Derma, which is just a lighter, brighter green. I know, who could have foreseen that? But no, didn't do anything today. My plan was to go out into Boston for a rice bowl, and then I went, I need to shower before leaving the house, and that's not happening. So I'm gonna shower after this, and also start importing some video clips. But no, I actually started watching Schmigadoon. It's an Apple TV show. They're doing it on Broadway right now. So, and even though I'm not going to see it, I was like, well, you know what? Like, I might as well at least watch the TV show since I have access to Apple Plus. Because my father went, hey, there's this TV show I want to watch. And I went, why do you hate me? Why can't you pay for it? I mean, he pays for HBO Max and Hulu and Disney. So I'm like, well, I guess I can pay for Peacock and Amazon and Apple. I'm like, like, not so fun, not so fresh. But I started watching that. It's so stupid in the best way, and there's so many like actual Broadway actors in it, like Kristen Chenoweth, Aaron Tveit, I've never heard his name pronounced. He's currently in Chess. I know he was in Moulin Rouge. Patrick Page, I want to say his name is. Like, I know the dude. Like, if I see him, I go, ah, yes, you. Hades from Hadestown. Wow, concept, I know. And then there's just like a whole 3 bunch of people, and I'm like, hello? Like Fred Armisen, Alan Cumming. Alan Cumming's been on, I don't know if he's been on Broadway, but he's been in a lot of musicals. So it's just one of those, hello? And then with a still slightly dense brush, but flatter, I'm gonna go in with the shade Asper. Yeah, I almost said Aspen. I'm like, that makes no sense. I'm gonna pack that along the brow bone, just to do my little pop. But I did take Bridget for a walk. We did officially meet some of the other neighbor dogs. we saw another dog. Don't know who he is, don't know who his person is. He wanted to come see us. His person was not having it, which was a little rude, because he was very excited to see all three of us. Well, 3 dogs, 2 people. And then it's the same style brush, but a different clean one. I'm gonna go in with the shade Stain. And I'm gonna go right there and kind of put that on the inside. That's why I was a little more careful with my placement. Why I wanted to do that denser rounded brush from Morphe. But we're gonna do this. And then we are gonna go in with a lighter pink. I know, wild. Who could have foreseen this? I might mix the shade with the light pink, because the light pink is insanely light, to the point that I'm like, well, I could just use this as brightening powder. And if it's that light pink, it's pretty light. But now Bridget is still not thrilled about the whole outside world thing, which, you know, understandable. Not gonna lie. But we did a little walk. Literally, we just walked to the end of the street and back. She did go up all of our stairs by herself, though. So, shout out. It's funny because, like, the moment we left the other 2 dogs, she, like, tried to bolt to the house. I'm like, lady, like, I know this is not your ideal outing. Please calm down. And then this is the shade, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Acrimonium. That just makes the most sense phonetically. So I'm gonna go in with this. I am gonna go with just that on the inner corner. Yeah, see? Very, very bright. Very, very useless in terms of actually covering it. So I'm gonna go in then with a mix of Acrimonium and a little bit of Stain, so I can marry the 2 in the middle. I know, just like I said was gonna happen. Who could have foreseen this? But, you know, we took our little walk. I ate a few snacks, not very many, like 2. They were both the samples that I got at the food show, so. And then we watched, I think it's pronounced Schmigadoon. Schmigadoon? No, Schmiga, because Schmigadoon, because it has, it's SCH, I think. So the Schma sound makes more sense. Wild concept, I know. I watched like 4 episodes of that. Again, it's something ridiculous, but it's also half an hour long, and it's entertaining enough. So, and then with a little fluffy brush, I'm going to take some of the shade Asper again, and I'm just going to use that to blend out a little under the eye. Just a little, just to tie that yellow in a little more. And then I'm going to go in, kind of rotate the brush just with Acrimonium, so I can marry those 2 under the eye and make it seamless. I know. Wild. Look at me, haven't thought out ideas. I want to put a shimmer on this, but I also really kind of like how it looks just matte. But also at the same time, I know the exact shimmer that would go well with the entirety of this. And then I'm going to go back in with some of Velvet just to kind of reinforce back here. Just so it doesn't get too muddled up and like kind of gross looking. Just a little. You know what we're going to do? I think I know what we're going to do. God, my face is red. What the hell? We're going to take a little flat, kind of square brush. We're going to go in with a little bit of Veil and a little bit of Histo. And we're going to do a little bit of a smudge dot liner underneath. Just a little, not too much. We don't want to take away, but I like doing it. That ties in the brown. Oh god, I forgot what they're called. I used to know. And it'll also help make my lashes look a little fuller, because when it comes to these types of looks, I like doing my smaller lash, like my Amazon lash. So, Also, I was looking at Amtrak prices for July. I was looking. And on that topic, I want to know, like, just logistically, I understand that, you know, money needs to go to each and every theater. They probably have their own process and thing, yada, yada, yada. But if Etsy can let me check out multiple shops in one transaction, I think Broadway ticket, you know, silent platform should let me do the same thing. I don't want to do, you know, if I'm taking a trip and I'm doing like 4 or 5 shows, I don't want to check out 4 or 5 times. Like, just let me do one go, and then it will send me everything separately, like Etsy does. Also, I don't know why my mouth just did that weird little hello. Alright, I'm gonna take some of this. This is just the NYX glitter glue. I know, wild. Who could have foreseen this? But like, I was thinking of that the other day, and then especially like with this, the March trip, I'm like, you know, I saw 5 shows. I'm like, I had to, okay. Technically, I did have to do 5 transactions because I did one on the theater, but 4 of them were for me. Or 4 of them were bought by me, so I'm like, just, this was so inconvenient. Especially because then Tower Charge didn't have Dog Day Afternoon tickets, so I had to go to Broadway Direct, I think, and I'm like... And then this is from Clionadh Cosmetics. This is the Glitter Multichrome in the shade Kaleidoscope. It's funny because in the pan it looks very, very purple, but I know the reflex are a little more green. So I'm going to kind of put that right there over the deeper part of the eye. And like, I want to put a shimmer on the inner corner, but I don't have anything good. I don't think I do, at least. But also the deeper part, even when it reflects green, it's still, you know, it's still okay. And then, you know what? Weeball. This is also a glitter multichrome. This is the shade Sunbeam, which is a little more peachy gold. But if I do a very light hand, I should just get like a wash, and then it will also tie in a little with the yellow. So just like very light hand, very scattered, very loose. Just a little, you know, ada. Yeah. Again, just something a little. Yes, I found the idea from someone else, but like at least I did a different eye placement, shadow, words. Alright, I need to go hopefully put on my lashes, and I might see you. I might not. Who's to say? Alright, hello. I am back, and I do have lashes on. I don't know who could have foreseen this. But we are moving straight along because it is, where's my phone? 6:43, and I have not eaten dinner. So, love this for me. This is from NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Plump Right Back Serum Primer. I'm almost out of this. Correction, I may be out of this. I think I might have 1 use left. Like, that's where the, like, girl. But, moving right along. We can't afford this. We don't have the time. I know I should have done it earlier, but, you know, like I said, I was watching TV. The dog was asleep. Oh, she's actually been so, like, calm the past few days. Like, she was a little maniac this morning. Like, she was a maniac. Not that she was manic, she was being a maniac. She's also teething. She did lose one of her teeth. I see 2 loose teeth. One of them has, like, another tooth coming out from underneath, so gotta keep an eye on that. And one of her toys was all bloody yesterday morning. So, like I said, she is teething. She went ham on my hand earlier, like I was like, I'm like, I tolerate a lot with you. You've got to stop. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is from Danessa Myricks Beauty. This is the Yummy Skin Glow Serum in the shade Main Squeeze. I do want to try, again, it's either a new primer, a new moisturizer, one of the 2. But it has Ectoin in it, and my favorite polish choice, it's literally 7% Ectoin booster, I just ran out. And it's also just Sephora, and no offense to Polish Choice, I love them. But since that's something I got for free, I really don't want to pay for it now. Like, again, it's beautiful, and I love her. Like, it is the perfect boost of hydration my skin needs, especially at night. Like, it's a thicker formula. But I know like I said, whatchamacallit, Danessa just came out with like an Ectoine, something with Ectoine, so, especially with the sale, blah 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 blah. Also, at the time of me filming this, the sale starts tomorrow, and with what I just spent today, I did place a torrid order. I got 2 skirts. One was just plain, like, warm brown, the other is leopard print, so. I know I've been saying it, but I really want to try to keep going into more earthy tones. Like, if I wear black, I want to start, like, dressing like a presentable human sometimes, so there's that mostly. And then this is from Haus Labs. This is the Trichlone Skin Tech Foundation in 70 Fair Neutral. I was thinking about, I know I said it last video, I need to stop buying concealers, like, honestly. But usually it's the easier thing to buy for me, skin tone wise. But I do want to try to get the MPH foundation because it looks to be lighter weight, and I'm really into the, oh Jesus, skin tint and a fuller coverage concealer these days. Like my Wet n Wild skin tint and Patrick Ta concealer have been a godsend the past few times I've done my makeup. So, and I realized how many foundations I don't own, and a few of the ones I do have are supposed to be thrown out, whether it's I don't use them and I hate them, not the right shade, like the Thread Beauty one, don't like it. It's a foundation stick. Honestly, thinking about the LYS, getting rid of the LYS one too. It's so not my shade even in the summer, and it is so glowy that if I use 2 primers like I usually do, I need to set it when I'm, you know, doing makeup for now. But somehow 1 primer isn't enough and it clings to my skin. So it's just a lose-lose situation here. And I don't like those types of situations. And then this is from Natasha Denona. This is the Hy-Glam Serum Concealer in N0.5. I also have a few concealers to get rid of because when I was doing my full face of makeup, I forgot about the concealer that I used. I legitimately thought I got rid of. Like, legitimately thought I got rid of. And like, I really don't like the NYX Fix Stick. I really don't like the Made by Mitchell one. So it's just, I need to like actually go through. I think it's only the base that I have to deal with. And maybe some blushes if you're being real with each other. But I'm just going to blend this out with the other side of the foundation brush, mostly because I'm too lazy to reach over and get a new one. And I do like a bigger brush for the fuller coverage concealer. I feel like it just works better. And we're just gonna, okay. I love this formula. Hate this shade. Neutral? Girl, this is yellow. But it's fine. Everything's fine. And then I'm just gonna bring leftover foundation on too. I think I'm gonna place 1 order of like things that I'm like, oh my god, I really want to try these, like ASAP for the sale. And then since I get paid next week, I'll just do another order then, because it lasts until the 20th and I get paid on the 16th. Yeah, if a week from Friday is the 17th, and then I get paid on the 16th usually, so I think it works. I don't have very many interesting things I want to get. Foundation, lipstick, blushes, a brush, a few perfumes. I'm going to focus on the perfumes and the blushes first. I know I have more blushes, but like, girl. And then this is from Persona. This is the Bronze Multi-Stick in the shade Mojave. I think I need to get a new Milk Makeup Sculpt Stick because I broke mine. I twisted it up too much and now it won't go down. And it's way too high to like comfortably use. Like, it's like up that much. But at least, you know, with this goes down. I find so stupid things that twist, like makeup wise, that won't go down. Like, this is faulty packaging. This is awful packaging. So that's the reason why I didn't use it with this like I usually do. But also, tone-wise, this is perfectly fine. I don't need to be a little sculpted today. Especially because this is coming off in less time than usual. I really need to figure out what I'm doing for dinner. Like, I really, really do. Like, I have no clue. I also need my bangs to fix themselves soon. because I have a few pieces that are way too short, so I just need them to grow out. Get that fixed for me. It would be really, really appreciated. And now with my luck, my hair's not going to grow at all. I should also put some color into my shampoo or hair mask tonight, but I don't want to mess these up. But it's been, I haven't done it since I got back from New York, so that's like 2 weeks now. Jesus Christ, it's like 2 weeks now. And then both of these are from Huda Beauty. These are the blush filter liquid blushes. I'm going in with strawberry cream and bubblegum, but I am gonna get the new shades of blush filters because she came out with like a strawberry collection. So one's more like a proper, like slightly more warm toned berry, which works for me because I cannot do cool toned berries because I'm not cool toned. And then one's like a strawberry mauve, so I'm assuming it's like a similar tone to this, but maybe a little more red, which works for me. So here's strawberry cream, and then I'm gonna do bubblegum like right there. I'm gonna do a little there too, I'm gonna be honest here. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this happened a week ago to the day, which is the only thing I regret about taking today off my schedule, because I'm not able to tell my Thursday regular. I got robbed by a homeless dude last week at work. You know, I hear the door. I'm like, oh, I'll be with you in just a second, blah, 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 because I was in the midst of eating, so God forbid. And it was early in the day. It was like 1:15, and usually throughout the day, I will take the tips from the tip box and just put them in my pocket. Just in case somebody comes early, and then I don't want people thinking, oh, she made so many tips, I don't need to give her tips, blah, 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 blah. So I have a regular who comes in, and he'll give me, I don't charge him for, he gets 2 cookies, I charge him for 1. He tips me $5. We're perfectly, like, I love seeing him, like, he's, besides the fact that he gives me money, we talk a lot. So he did come by, like, 15 minutes beforehand. So, you know, I get to the front, and there's a guy kind of wrestling with his pockets, but I didn't think anything of it, because, you know, people put things in their pockets, wild concept, I know. But he's like, oh, he's like, do you have any cash? I'm like, no. I'm like, I did. Obviously not gonna tell him that. He's like, oh, can I use your bathroom? I'm like, I don't have a bathroom. No. So I told him, like, I'm like, bathroom wise, you know, TJ Maxx, blah, blah, blah. There's a food court, blah, blah. He's like, oh, thank you, blah, 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 bye. And I'm like, I had a weird feeling. Just, I'm like, especially because it's one of the homeless guys I've never seen before. I have a few that rotate through. So, there's one I'll give cookies to, one who usually scrounge it up, but like barely enough money for a cookie, so I'll give him the cookie. I'll take the $2. And then this is from Rare Beauty, Shade Enlighten Powder Highlighter, Silky Touch maybe. But you know, so I have a few that usually come into the store, so I know them. And I've never seen this guy before in my life. So for some reason, I decided to check tips. I had $6.20 in there before he came in. I had 20 cents. Bastard was too cheap to take the 20 cents. And then I'm just taking a little in the inner corner. So I didn't chase him because I'm like, I'm on the clock and it's not happening. But I did. He was barely at the top of the street yet, so I, left the store and like swore at him. I'm like, you rat mother. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm like, dude, that was my train money. I'm like, that would have had me good for the rest of the week, plus part of this week. I'm like, I don't know what you think I make, or if you think I live on my own, because I don't. I'm like, every dollar counts. I'm like, I have a wad of cash that would never get deposited. It's just some case fund. My brother in Christ. I understand, obviously, you are in a less fortunate position than I am. However, so I want to tell my regular that next time I see him. Not like in a guilt trip, oh, give me the rest of your change weight, but in a, oh, hey, you know what happened last time I saw you? $6, man. And again, for $1.15 on a Thursday, I only made $1 after that. So, I'm gonna be honest with you, I did put on a little more of the strawberry cream blush while I was gone. Oh, 2 seconds. But this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the lip liner in the shade Deep Taupe. But yeah, it's funny, I forgot to tell one of my friends. I was like, oh, I forgot to tell you. I got robbed. She's like, I'm like, only the tip jar, not the store. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, it's pretty kinda self-explanatory. And the best part is that the tip box is supposed to lock. Except Night Crew is so rough with it that it doesn't, and is a little misshapen. So the top doesn't stay. So, if I really, damn it, it's 6:57. This is my hurry up and be finished timer. So really, it is their fault that I got snatched. Again, God forbid I didn't go up fast enough because I had food in my mouth. And then this is from Kaleidos. This is the Untamed Glow Glossy Lip Glaze in the shade Pink Marquee. Love the shade. Love that it goes with the strawberry cream so well. I'm gonna sheer it out a little more than usual because it can get pretty opaque. But just on a little. Also, yes, I know I didn't blend out my lip liner. It's because this is so opaque that I really don't need to. I'll just make sure to get that over too. And just, maybe I'll use my eye mask tonight. I got one when I went out on Monday. Because I feel like my under eyes have looked both puffy and sallow at the same time, and logistically that's not how eyes work. So I did get like a hydrating gel. I know the single-use masks really don't help, but I do have an eye cream that I'm gonna use after that too. So I just need, like, I just feel like I look so sunken, but like underneath, like directly my eyelids, I feel like I'm so puffy. But I'm gonna go fix my bangs because I haven't washed my hair in a few days. But I'm gonna go attempt to fix my bangs, and I should be back in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. I think it came out so nice. I actually really like this color combination. I know. The only thing I'm not thrilled about are the shimmers, but that's just due to what I have. I don't have a lot of like sheer pink shimmers, so there's that. But I think it looks very, very nice. The eyes come together very nicely. I know the base, I've used this base combination a million times. I've used this blush and this lip combination a handful of times, but it's just one of those, logistically I knew everything was gonna work. But yeah. And now I need to speed run filming my TikToks and need to figure out what I'm eating for dinner. Need to shower, need to import videos. It's a grand old time. And a high flying flag. But yeah.